Hello. Hello. Can you check and see if you can hear me? Hey. Hey. Let me see here. We're going to do some stuff, logo. We're going to add this from the gallery. I'm going to put some stuff out here. Here we go. All right, let's do it. Ah, somebody said something dirty. Let me see. All right, let me see here. All right, let's see here. We're going to upload and edit, upload. I'm going to download. You hear me talking or you hear other people talking? You hear people talking? Okay, good. Hey, 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 who's here? I don't know. What's it going on? Let's go. Let's go. All right, hold on. Let me see. Oh, I thought so too. Hello. Here, I'm gonna take this down here. All right. Okay. Oh boy. Let me see here. Are you in still? Hi. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, hey, everybody. Blessings. Von Eric. Welcome. Thank you for coming through. I feel honored. Um, I'm gonna drop a link in a minute, but we're gonna go ahead and I have a couple things I want to share, and I'm gonna play my intro video, and we're gonna get started. So, thank you for being here. We're gonna get into some stuff. It's gonna be a little serious at first, and then we'll have some fun as it goes later. But right now, we're gonna talk about some things that I have been really concerned about and that I want to talk about. I'm tired of hearing on these YouTube streets that black women don't need protection. Black women are the most protected. It don't make sense. So now I have got evidence for y'all. So just hang on with me. I'm about to play some music for y'all. Enjoy. These are my songs. Thank you. I'm excited that you're here, and I hope you enjoy how I get down. So let me get this music popping for y'all, and I shall returneth. All right, I will returneth because I'm a goofball. So don't pay me no mind. All right, here we go. This is what we're gonna do right now. And we're gonna get to playing it for y'all. Let me know. Hit a one if you can hear, and I'd appreciate that. All right, let's go. Hope y'all guys are enjoying the music. Thanks for coming in, hanging out. Won't be that much longer. Maybe about another few minutes. It'll probably be 2 minutes into the track. So just hang on and I'll be right back with y'all. Again, thank you for coming today. Thank you very much. Let's bring it up a little bit. Okay. A few more minutes. Got one for y'all. We're gonna make it just a little peppier. Let's go. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. It's a very serious topic. Um, I want to really get into why I'm even having this conversation. it was a really fun experience last night. I was on a few panels last night, and I had such a good time, and it was cool, and I was chilling, and it was whether it was majority dudes or not or however. um I I can't help sometimes but to say, look, the hypocrisy of this is in the same way that men are complaining, those who are, that black women are not, are the most protected, we're this, we're that. We'll get all into that. But I want to kind of go over a few videos that I think kind of kill that dynamic. And I want to really put into place. Bougie, welcome, babe. Welcome. I want to put into place what that looks like now. Because we say that there's not enough good black women, right? All of us is Jezebel. Is the fact that we want to open our legs to married men. But here's what's funny. I didn't hear one time somebody saying they was attacked or taken at will. I really want to know that. I've never heard that yet. Maybe it has happened. I just am not aware. Cause tell me, please. So we're gonna get into some stuff. No statistics. Nah, not even doing it. We're gonna play evidence in my court. You feel me? We play evidence. And please feel free to hit the link. Von Eric, I definitely invite you to come on up as we get into this. Or anyone else who wants to come up and hit the link while I'm putting this, getting ready to share my screen with you guys. We're gonna jump right into it because I'm not gonna blah 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 y'all to death with with what I have going on. I talk enough, best believe. So I don't think it'll be a problem, right? Let me do this real quick. Let me download this. Here we go. This is what I wanted to download, and I'm gonna play this while we are getting the videos. Again, if you'd like to hit the link, come on up. Simon, shut up. Hello. Hold on. Hi, Simon.
So,
How are you?
alright.
Oh,
A
you
bit
don't
pissed
sound
off.
like
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I'm a bit pissed off.
Why?
Yeah, because people be just talking a lot of shit, and
Are
they're
you
not
talking
really.
about, is this me? Is this toward me?
No,
Is that why?
no, no.
Okay, because I
I'm not.
promise I ain't talking shit.
No,
All right,
no,
what's up? What's going on? I don't want you to be upset, sir.
no. I'm fucking like really annoyed. Like,
Oh no. Well,
mm.
while I'm putting all this together, tell me why you annoyed. What's wrong? You know, talk about it.
Yeah, no. That's why I'm here. I want, I'd
Well,
love
we're
to
gonna
talk
start
about.
off. Yeah,
Mm-hmm,
okay.
mm-hmm.
Well, we're gonna start off kind of. It's gonna talk about a few deep things, and then as it gets later in the evening, it's gonna. I'm gonna change up the lineup. But I really
Well,
wanted to talk about and why it's titled "The Annihilation of Black Women." And the reason I put that up is because even though I hear in the space that we try to be objective, we are not. It's a lie. We are not objective. We are biased.
why'd you say that?
It comes a
Why
time.
why'd you say that? Like you're
What?
biased.
Well, everybody has bias, right?
Mm.
Like we all have biases. We all have things or people that rub us the wrong way or make up you because it's not happening in your face or you don't see it every day or you're not touched by it. We have a tendency to poo poo it off. We have a tendency to go, oh, well, that can't be real. That can't be really happening. And it
Right.
is. And I've heard this, unfortunately, in different spaces that I've been on, where you have the ability, we have the world at our fingertips. We can look up whatever we want. We can cross reference. We can, if that's what you want to do, right?
Right.
However, we still want to pretend as though there isn't other issues going on in our community that need to be addressed. And that is our ineptness in certain areas where it comes to sex, religion, drugs,
Yeah, you're
and
touching
like
on a
I
lot of
said,
things.
right. And so now today, I want to just strictly talk about why we are saying, as a woman and as a Black woman in this country, that there is a huge problem with domestic violence and Black people. There's a huge problem with women being offed. And I want to I want to showcase it. It's not just
Ah.
about talking, you got to showcase it. So, yeah, that would be pretty much where we're going with this. So,
Right. So, I mean, when you're talking about domestic violence, um,
I mean, oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Ask your question. Sorry. I was just getting ready to answer it.
yeah,
Like, it's like, well,
you're
it's
like
not the,
okay.
no. I know people take that as sometimes like, I'm not listening or I'm listening to
You did that.
respond.
You did that. Like right away, he did that.
But this is why I'm gonna explain. The way my brain works is
Uh
that I've
huh.
already anticipated what you're gonna say.
All right.
Like in my
Okay.
head, I'm
Yeah,
like,
I'm about to get comfortable with the him.
yes, please get comfortable, hang out with me.
yo,
But
yo.
it's nothing like that. It's just my brain works really, really fast. So don't pay me no mind. Go ahead. I'm so sorry.
Domestic violence is an objective perspective. All right.
Mm,
It
okay,
depends.
I'm
Right.
listening. Go
My
ahead.
my my ex-wife turned around to me and she said, in the court, I was abusive to her, right?
Hmm.
Yo, I ain't lay a finger on her.
Well, abuse
In
doesn't
fact,
have
whoa,
to be.
no, wait. Just hear the whole story, okay?
All right, I'm hearing it. My bad.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Go ahead, sir.
I didn't lay a finger on her.
Right. Okay.
In fact, she never had to cook. She didn't have to clean. She didn't have to do none of that. I
Hmm.
did everything for the whole period of a decade. All right.
Hold on, real quick, Simon. Thank you. Welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome, Von Eric. Thank you for coming
What's
up.
up? Yeah,
Okay,
what's up,
okay.
brother?
Blessings all.
Yeah, I love Vaughn, man. Vaughn's a dude.
What's up, Sam?
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for coming up. All right, Simon, you got it.
I took care of her, right? So, um, but when she decided to switch, she was like, "Oh yeah." So I don't know what happened. I really don't. Like, I really don't know what happened. Like, she was just all in her emotions, and she was just like, "Yeah, a man's gonna check me." That's that was so poignant to me. She turned around and like, I don't need to check a man. A man's gonna check me. So do women feel like that? Do women feel like yo, regardless of their situation, um, a, a, a man is just gonna come and check them?
Okay, so you're asking you said a woman does not want a man to check her. What do you mean by check her?
Like if you come out of a relationship, right?
I'm listening. Go ahead. I don't want to interrupt you. Go ahead.
If you come out of a relationship, um, are you sort of anticipating the fact that you probably have like a number of men that are just gonna come and check you?
I'm still trying to figure out the way you use check. What are you doing? So if you are
Well,
checking me,
when
what did
like
yeah.
come at you like say I want to have a relationship with you or something. Or,
Okay, okay. Go ahead.
yeah, so that's what I mean.
So what you're saying is she's going to what she's already dealt with in a relationship. And so now
I'm
it's
talking
like,
about you. I'm not talking about her.
oh, okay. Well, I didn't know. I want to make sure. I came out of an abusive relationship. And so do I deem or think that every man is abusive? No. But now I am very aware of what signs I should look for in the beginning because I missed them or ignored them in the last relationship. And that's how I look at it. Every relationship should be, if it's not everlasting, it should be a learning experience for you. You know, however, everyone doesn't, you know what I mean? Everybody don't look at it that way. But I do want to be a what's the word? I want to make sure I have my biases and what I'm thinking in check. Meaning, is it healthy? Is it okay? Am I feeling the way I should be? And how is he making me feel in this situation?
What do you
And
reckon,
that's
Von Eric? Either.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm still listening.
What do you reckon?
Uh, as far as protecting women, correct?
Not just like.
well, we were talking about domestic violence, and
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
he was Simon was sharing that his ex-wife,
Uh-huh.
had said that and used that, and he's saying that I never put my hand on her. She didn't have to do these particular type of things. I wasn't expecting this from her, so why? You know what I mean? Do and then he asked me personally, how I handle that. When it comes to going into a new relationship after being in one, especially if it is some type of abuse.
Yeah, because most women like you know it's an emotional thing, and
Everybody has emotions, Simon.
yo,
That's not a
listen.
that's not a woman thing. It's a
If I
it's a
got
people thing.
listen, girl, look, if I got with you tomorrow,
Ooh,
I'm gonna
oh,
understand. Like,
pump your brakes, sir. Pump your brakes before we go any further. Unless me and you are
okay,
in a room somewhere
look, yo,
alone,
I'm just
don't
saying,
call me
like,
girl now. Okay,
yo, I'm just
let's do a little
saying,
better.
I will know, and most of these niggas won't.
What?
I think. Oh, first of all, thank you for having me up. And
Of
second,
course, of course.
Simon, I'm sorry that happened to you because I know that could take a
Hmm.
toll. Even though
Yeah,
we men, that still we have emotions, and that could take a toll mentally,
right.
emotionally. So I'm sorry that that happened. Um, I pray that you don't, and a lot of us do. We go through a lot, and then somebody else come in their life, and they get the
Yo,
brunt.
nigga, don't do that Baltimore shit on me. Like, goddamn.
but 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 yeah, I feel I feel as
Yo,
though I, I, I feel as though um, I don't know as far as your ex what she's been through, things like
oh,
that. So
don't. You see, this is the
I gotta
problem.
keep it. I
Yo,
gotta keep it.
no.
Hold
Vaughn,
on.
I told you
Hey,
for a
hey,
sec.
hey, hey.
Yeah,
Hold on. This my shit now. Let the man speak and then respond to it.
okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna shut the
Thank you,
fuck up.
sir. Appreciate
Alright,
it.
yeah.
Um,
Thank you.
I don't know what she's been through in her life, how she was raised, and why she did what she did.
Mm-hmm.
But so I'm not making a judgment. But if someone is in an abusive relationship, I think they should get out of it. As far as protecting women, as far as nature, yes, they deserve to be protected. Um, if they want it, because I've seen um, a couple fight and then someone say, "Hey, you need any help," and then they end up beating the person up who come and try to help. So if she needs help and she cries out, I believe she should be protected due to a nature
Uh,
of a woman.
can
So
I say something?
go ahead.
Sure, not yet though. Go ahead. Go ahead, Myers.
I think that as far as we should analyze the situation, we shouldn't be so quick to judge. Um, I think women and men, but since we talk about women, I think that the law protects women, but when women use the law in a vindictive manner, that could be hurtful. That can
Yeah, I
bring
agree with that. I
other
agree
things
completely.
into place.
Hmm.
Um, and when she's being threatened, when she says she's being threatened and she's not, that can be open up a lot of can of worms. Now that could be because a lot of things that she went through. She wants to be heard, um, which is I understand that, but still, if a man loves you and he's showing love and compassion, sometimes he may not just get it at that moment. Sometimes you may have to control your emotions. Give it 5, 10 minutes, maybe a day, an hour, 2 hours, and then go back at it again and see if y'all can come together as one. This is man and woman, both sides. I think if we do more of that, we would the many of the problems that you see, it would cease slowly and slowly and slowly. Because
Right.
we live in a world that has have a lot of burdens and many of us is in trying to get that next money, trying to pay our bills. We taking care of kids. We got family members that's calling us, want this, want that. Then we got people stabbing each other in the back. So then your job, you don't know if you want to get promoted or you could be fired the next day. A lot of these have
Right.
emotions and stir up emotions that cause
Hmm.
people to do harm to each other. And sometimes we just need more compassion so we can, grow together and help each other out.
Mm.
I definitely agree with you. Okay, so Simon, go ahead and rebuttal, and then we're going to go ahead and get into the show. Okay.
No, I can't really rebut about what Vaughn just said because like Vaughn, like he's been true. So no,
Well,
I ain't.
I will add this though. Um, I've seen it on both sides. I've seen where a woman can abuse just like a man can abuse as far as mentally. The physical that is always an up or down because the physical could be that he's stronger than her or the physical could be that she poisoned him. Like there's so many things going on. So and to what Vaughn said, we have to start taking it all in totality and just stop looking for one reason a person is a particular way because that's not true. We are made up of too many things and we are made up of too many experiences, especially those of us who done made it to get older, right? It is too many experiences to pretend as though there's one thing that'll set a person off. Usually by the time that set off goes, it's a whole bunch of shit that's been piling up. And that was something I wanted to change in my life. I don't hold my tongue. If I'm feeling a certain type of way, I'm gonna tell you right now. Because if I allow it to lay and fester, it's gonna turn into something else. And I think more men need to learn how to do that as well. Say what's on your mind. If she getting on your nerves, then say, look, I got you. I love you, but I need you to shut the fuck up right now. Like, give me a moment. But some people can handle that and some people can't. So you got to read the room and go, well, babe, look, I love you. However, I just need some
Yeah,
space.
but
I need
that's
a
some
moment.
basic. That's some real basic shit.
But
Like to
Simon,
do.
it might be basic for you. However, we're going to get into some stuff, and I want your opinion about these men that I'm about to show you. I really do. I want y'all's opinion on these men because
Okay,
I
so
already know
yeah,
how I feel. So
all right.
this is why I said bias. Of course, I'm biased. These are women, right? So I would love for you guys to tell me how what we're going to go through about 3 videos, and then we're going to come back and talk about it. Okay?
Yeah,
Hmm.
but can I ask you one question? Michael?
Sure. Yeah.
With first, you're right. Some men should express themselves,
Right.
but you're right about that. But it also depends on the woman because sometimes
Right.
you may holler and say, "Hey, be quiet," then she
Right.
come back at you. Don't tell me to be
Yeah,
quiet.
exactly. That's why I
So
said read the room.
yeah, you
Right.
got
No, but see, if you know your mate,
right,
right? If you know yourself and you know your mate,
right.
then you can. I hate to make this rhyme, but if you know yourself and you know your mate, you'll know how to communicate.
Yeah.
No,
Ah,
no, 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 no,
yes,
no, no,
yes,
no,
Simon.
no,
Don't
no,
make
no,
me
no.
mute you. Don't make me mute
Yo,
you.
listen,
Don't make me
listen,
mute you, babe. Don't make me mute
listen.
you. What? No.
Yo,
Where? What? Ah.
the hugest prop, the
Well,
like
let's
the
cut. We'll talk about it. I promise. Give me about 15 minutes. We're gonna go through about 3 videos, okay? And then we can talk it all up. Got you?
yeah, I
Deal?
love you, sweetheart. I'm just
I
saying,
love you too.
like,
I love you too, boo
I'm
boo.
just saying,
There's hugs and love. So
I'm
I'm gonna
just
pause
saying.
you right now. I know.
Okay,
Hold
yeah,
on.
all right, let's go, let's
Mute up for
go.
me, baby. Don't
Yeah,
now
it's
you now it's hurry up. Get out of here.
no, oh,
Okay, now we're getting into some serious shit. So the website I have up is called Black Girl Unlost. This is a website I follow.
is that
I mean
yours?
a channel. No, it is not. This is another sister. Shout out to her. Please
Mm-hmm.
subscribe to her. Because what she does is a service, and I want you guys to check it out. And then We're gonna talk about her latest cases. Okay. So basically, she just gives short clips about what is happening, these different cases. She's straight to the point. I really enjoy her work. So we're gonna go ahead and get into that. And I'd like for everybody to mute up, please, if you don't mind, so we don't have any feedback. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so let's go ahead and get started. Come on. Okay. Let me move this because I know it's trying to do a lot. So the quality won't be that great. Um, Let me go here.
Right
Okay.
now, police don't have any suspects in custody. Police do believe, however, there were two shooters. Both took off running after they fired their guns. Now, investigators have not put out any type of description of the suspects that they are looking for.
16-year-old Tiana Mosley was a smart, witty, and confident young girl who was looking forward to her junior year of high school at Gwendolyn Brooks College Prep Academy, where she was a straight A student. She loved swimming, playing volleyball, and singing at church. Most importantly, she was super excited about starting her first summer job. No one could have ever imagined the chain of events that would soon take place. Just before 10 p.m. on July 10th, Chicago police responded to the 7100 block of South Yates in Chicago's South Shore neighborhood for reports of two people being shot. The response of teen girl and an adult female.
According to Chicago police, a 16-year-old girl and 32-year-old woman were shot near 71st and South Yates around 10 o'clock last night. Both the teenager as well as the 32-year-old were brought here to the hospital. We got word late this morning the 16-year-old died from her wounds. The 32-year-old was also taken here, as I mentioned, to the University of Chicago Medical Center.
The victim was identified as 16-year-old Tiana Mosley, who was taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center in critical condition, where she sadly succumbed to her injuries. Her 32-year-old aunt was also taken to the hospital and is recovering after surgery. According to the investigation, Tiana and her aunt were making their way home from her first summer job at Jimmy John's. As they got off the bus, two people ambushed them from a nearby empty lot, just 2 blocks from her home. After shooting both Tiana and her aunt, the two suspects fled on foot. Roughly 24 hours after Tiana's senseless murder, another 16-year-old, Jamaica Wright, was shot in the eye in the 5000 block of West Washington Boulevard in Chicago's Austin neighborhood just after 8 p.m. She was standing in an alley with a group of individuals when she was involved in a verbal dispute with the male offender who produced a gun and shot her in the eye before fleeing the scene. A witness told officers that Jamaica also had a gun. She was taken to Loretto Hospital, where she was sadly pronounced dead. No one has been arrested for her murder. Tiana's family, friends, and teachers were reeling over her death. They were left shocked and confused. Her mother described jumping out of bed and running to the scene upon hearing the news. When she finally arrived, she knew it was true. Although she chose not to speak on camera, she wanted the world to know and remember Tiana as the beautiful soul that she was.
16-year-old girl shot and killed in South Shore Monday night. Police are still looking for the two gunmen. CBS 2's Sabrina Franza is at the University of Chicago Medical Center. And Sabrina, you spoke to that teenager's mother.
We did. We caught up with her in the pouring rain just as she was headed to the medical examiner's office to see her 16. Night. 2 blocks away from their home, Tiana Bosley and her aunt were making their way home from work from Jimmy John's on Michigan Avenue downtown. It was Bosley's first summer job. She was 16 years old, heading into her junior year. Her mother told CBS 2 that they'd just gotten off the bus when two people ambushed them from a nearby empty lot, shot both Bosley and her 32-year-old aunt, and fled. Both were taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center. Bosley didn't survive. Bosley's mother told us more about her daughter, said she was a straight A student at Gwendolyn Brooks College Prep Academy.
All right, I'm gonna pause right there. This is the first one. Now, this is just strictly talking about women, young girls, black women, black girls being protected. I hear this all the time. Oh no, that's not the case. Da 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 da. This is an anomaly, right? Three women, two young girls and a woman gone in less than hours apart, and they haven't found anybody yet. And we ain't finished the video, but I just kind of want to keep that in the back of your mind that these are three lives gone, three women gone, three women of what they holler about birthing age, three young girls, whatever, whatever. Why isn't this just as important? So I'm gonna keep it pushing and we'll finish it up here. Simon, I need you to mute, babe, because I can hear you breathing in the background. Thank you. All right, let's keep going.
Academy High School. Left to sing gospel at her church, she swam, played volleyball, and growing up would sew the clothes for
What's
her
the
own
other lady
Barbie
that I
dolls.
told you about, Tommy? Did you
When her mom
subscribe to
heard what
her?
happened, she said she jumped out
Lenore,
of bed and
something
ran, only to
Lenore.
find this
For some reason,
scene
I can't
and
find
her
the other
daughter
person.
gone. That mother's sister, the
Huh?
32-year-old woman who was also shot, is recovering here at the University of Chicago Medical Center after surgery. She is stable.
As of right now, police have not made any arrests and the possible motive is still unclear. Tiana's family and friends are encouraging anyone with information to come forward. The case remains ongoing.
All right. We're going to do one more and then I'm going to stop for conversation. And we have another guest to add. So I'm going to go ahead and bring them on. Welcome, Cleo. We can't hear you, babe.
Hello.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, of course.
You got a little feedback there. All right, thank you. So, thank you for coming. We're going to talk about this. It's nice to have. Now we have two women, two men. I think this is a pretty fair panel as we getting started. Again, thank you guys for coming. Let me go ahead and go into this next video.
What I know of, once she got out of the car, she was just basically ambushed. Like once she was out, she got out. She didn't have no chance.
A family trying to come to grips with the murder of a woman.
Family and friends held a vigil tonight to honor a mother shot and killed earlier this week in the 7th Ward.
And the vigil filled the corner of Governor Nichols and Roman Street in New Orleans.
She was a joy to have. She was a happy child. She grew up into a very happy mother.
A mother, sister, daughter.
No one can say anything bad about Nate.
Sister, friend, and most importantly, a devoted mother to a 4-year-old and 8-year-old. In New Orleans streets, in New Orleans 7th Ward, reports of the shooting.
Yeah. What's going on? What's going on? Hey. Um, well, seem to be experiencing some technical difficulties. Chocolate, what's up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We had some technical difficulties. We here still. Here.
Mm-hmm. It's bouncing now. It says due to
Does it still sound robotic?
exceptionally low bandwidth available, there's strong possibility of a significant decrease of quality. Oh Lord. Yo, that's how they do.
Right.
Okay.
How about now?
Yeah.
What?
Nah. Yeah,
Girl, we
they be
talking. Listen here.
yo, they playing.
Listen here. Listen. How you talking about me on my show? What kind of shit is that? I look, I'm trying. I'm working it out.
Nah, don't.
You wanna invest
Yo,
in my system? You wanna invest in my upgrade me? Then just upgrade me. That's all I need. All
they
right.
be the
Vaughn, you
yo,
still here with us, sweetheart?
Yep, I'm still here.
yo, come
Awesome.
on, man.
Yay. We made it. Okay.
Ding
Almost.
ding.
All right. Let's finish this last video and then we're gonna go in for some conversation. All right. Thank y'all for being patient. And let's keep it popping. I don't waste too much of your time. Let's go. Let's see here. Share. All right. Let me know if you guys can hear before I mute. All right. Awesome. Okay. Let's go. Come on now. Come on now.
You
Don't
here,
do me like
Cleo.
this.
Cleo.
Cleo's still here too. She just sent me a message. Cool bet. All right. Let's go. Come on. What's the problem? Fine. Whatever. Fancy stuff.
Yo.
Okay. Here we go. It's fancy. This is different from StreamYard. I like it
Yeah,
better.
I could bring
Um,
this whole thing over to my thing. If you
if
want.
you are so inclined, I appreciate you.
Do you want me
But
to do
I
that?
promise. No, no, no. It's not that. I gotta get the kinks out, you know? So I gotta do it. It's just,
Yo,
if I'm using it, I've got to do it. And for some reason,
I'm paying for it.
it want to
So
give me the blues
it's
right now.
just
Aha! There you go. Oh,
we
all
had this
right.
conversation
Here we
already.
go. Can All right. I'm just waiting on a deposit. What you got? Let's go.
mm,
Finish watching this, and we'll talk about it.
hmm.
Okay.
Are
All
you
right.
sure?
Can everybody see
All right.
it? I hope everybody can see it. I'm very sure.
Okay, good. I
Can
love that.
everybody hear and see?
What's up, Vaughn?
Mm, okay, perfect.
Vaughn?
Yep.
All right. I need you to mute up Simon.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let's go. Awesome. Oh, okay. So we'll make sure. Oh, that's what the problem was. Hold on. Let me share this sound, the sound with you. Okay. I'm gonna add this to the scene. Here we are. I'm gonna make sure this is playing for you guys. So let's go. Just technical gift difficulties. Thank you. Let me know if y'all can see the screen. Okay, perfect. Now you can hear me and you're the screen as well, right? Okay, awesome. We're gonna wrap this one up. And I'll fill in the blanks for the things you guys didn't hear, unfortunately.
Executive director of the New Orleans Family
The violence
because of the crime. But she was failed. She was failed by her city.
Court records obtained by Fox 8 show Powell reported abuse twice in the 2 weeks prior to her killing. The NOPD has not identified any suspects in her death.
there's definitely an urgent need. Like, the violence against women is increasing, and we are in a crisis right now.
Trishonda Grays is executive director of the New Orleans Family Justice Center, a nonprofit dealing with survivors of domestic abuse, sexual assault, and stalking.
We're getting a larger amount of people that are coming into the office. It's within the last year that I've noticed where the abuse has really been escalating.
Grays says oftentimes it can be tough for women to come forward and ask for help, both from law enforcement and from entities like the Family Justice Center.
Once someone decides that they're really ready to leave or they need our assistance, then we are here to assist them.
Things like safety planning, shelter, counseling, case management, and healing services.
I think it's going to take the entire community coming together to help prevent these things from happening.
Powell's family, meanwhile, says they want to get to the bottom of how something like this could happen.
Someone, please come and say what happened to Joe and Sinead. I know someone on Russia Bay Street heard something, saw something. Don't be afraid. That's what's wrong with New Orleans right now.
Domestic abuse experts said the crime is far-reaching, and they've seen an uptick in the severity of violence against women in the past year. The Family Justice Center offers resources such as safety planning, shelter, case management, and healing services for victims of domestic abuse, sexual assault, and stalking.
To what I know of, once she got out of the car, she was just basically ambushed. Like once she was out, she got out, she didn't have no chance.
A family trying to come to grips with the murder of a woman, described as tough, loyal, and extremely loving to her two daughters. NOPD says on July 3rd, she was shot multiple times here at North Russia Blade and New Orleans streets. Her family says this area was a typical hangout spot for the young mother.
Why she was going there that night is still a reason we trying to figure out our own. So we don't know. We don't know if she was called.
These documents show John Sinead Powell reported to NOPD 2 separate incidents of alleged domestic abuse on June 23rd, the other on July 1st. At this time, police have not connected her murder to those reported incidents.
I just know the last month she been going through hell. She was scared.
All right, I'm gonna stop right there because she gonna have me crying in a minute. Okay. All right, Vaughn, you here? I'm here. Cleo, you're here. I'm gonna let you guys have it. I really would like to know how you feel about what we played and what you did see or what you didn't see. Vaughn, would you like to go first?
Yeah, I go first. I was letting women go first since it was.
Well, we appreciate that. Hey, we appreciate that. But go ahead, sir.
Okay, it's a lot in this, so
yeah, that's why I said take your time. That's why I said let's watch and then break. So don't feel rushed at all.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, it's a lot, and it's a. Let's start with the community. I think the community needs to come together and look out for one another. I also believe that there's other things that occurs outside of this. Like, for instance, it's a woman that just spoke in front of Congress 2 months ago, how the United States is playing a part in sex trafficking, particularly young kids, young boys and girls. So just imagine when it comes to the adults.
Right.
It was also, as far as a woman that in the tech companies that spoke in front of Congress, how the tech companies are contributing as far as sex trafficking, women being abused, abusing themselves and things like that, and how they put a part in it. So there's a lot into this, but let's start with the community coming together as one, working with one another. It's a lot of divisive in the community. People looking out for one another. That also got to do because of the system. But we just have to have more compassion for one another. Even though that's not your kid, that is your kid. Even though that's not your daughter, that is your daughter. Because they live in the same community.
I agree.
Live on the same street. You need to look out for one another because you never know that could be your kid that harm can come to. You want to take, you want to know your neighborhood. You know what's going on, so you want to take precautions. Um, like if my sister, she catch the bus home, I'm meeting her at the bus stop. Or my wife or my girlfriend, I'm meeting them at the bus stop. I'm
Mm-hmm.
meeting them at a certain place so I can
Right.
walk home. So when anything go down, I'm there to protect her. If I have to walk to her, I will walk. Mile, 2 miles, 3 miles, it doesn't matter. As long as she has somebody with her that needs help if someone tries to attack her. And I think we need to look out for that. You know what neighborhood that you in. Yes, you're in a bad neighborhood. This go down, that go down. You see who you're around. Take precautions. Do what you need to protect yourself. Here in where I'm at in Baltimore, we
Can't
have.
hear anything.
Uh, do you hear me?
I can hear you. Okay, Cleo, I can hear you, but you couldn't hear him. Go ahead. I'm gonna if you need to drop down and come back, that's cool. I'm gonna kick you out real quick. All right, continue, sir, please.
We have here fathers of the neighborhood. We have single fathers and married fathers that comes inside the neighborhood, knock on doors, particularly single women, um, take their kids out to the park because they may not have time, um, and
Right, right. That's
be
great.
there for
That's amazing.
right, be there for women. If you
Yeah.
need to call them or something like
Right.
that, they will come. Need a ride, things like that to protect. So I think that should be in more neighborhoods
Right.
uh,
Exactly.
coming together. Do what
I like that.
like they
I
did back
like
in
that.
yeah, do like they did back in the day to
Yes, right.
Black
Come on.
Panthers.
That's
Yeah,
it.
but protect the neighborhood.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think we should research and go back into those days because these days right now, people, there's a lot of violence going on, and people and corporations make money off of violence. We know that, and we should turn the tables.
I really appreciate what you said. And I am very impressed that you were open to that. And I agree with you 100%. It starts with the community. It starts with us paying attention to what people are asking for from the women, from the men, from the children. Maybe he needs counseling. Maybe it's a question of medication. Maybe she needs that as well. Maybe there's so many different options, but there's no hub, not yet, because that's what I want to turn Chocolate Earth into, a hub for people to come to, whether you're a man, woman, child, elderly, old, little, it doesn't matter. Then that way, if we have that one network, that one spot, then we can network all the way out. You know what I'm saying? Even if it is not necessarily something we can provide, at least we know who we can get you to, and you really can get that person to there. You know
Right.
what I mean? Dealing in the social system here in this country, it's trash. And that's just it. It's trash. And don't let it come to us because it's real trash.
Right.
But yeah, Cleo, can you hear us all right? Yeah, unmute
Yeah.
yourself. All right, I'm gonna mute up and you got it. Tell us what you're thinking.
Well, in watching the videos, it makes me very sad, the state of affairs with our Black women. And I've seen too many of these stories before, whether it's at the hands of their significant other or at the hands of a stranger. there is an uptick of violence against our women, and there should be better protection for our women. And I definitely agree with Vaughn about that the community should get involved, that the community should protect us. You know, we should look out for one another. Like it used to be. It's like there's no, I don't know the word, the no community. There's no connection. It's like everyone's out for self. And so when these things happen, you know, people are mom, oh, F the police, I'm not gonna tell nothing. But you telling could help that person and save the lives of someone else. And I see these videos and I see the same pattern. You know, she was bright, she was loved, you know, nobody had anything bad to say about her, and then just to have their life taken is just, it's unfair and it's awful to see. And there's got to be a change. It's got to be better protection for our women. There's no protection, and you know, it's sad. It's very sad, and it definitely should. Am I breaking up? What about now? Am I still breaking up?
No, you're not breaking up now.
Hold on.
Okay, now you're good.
You're good now.
Okay, am I good?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, it's scary, you know, as being a black woman. I'm afraid, you know, every day I have to, you know, when I do step out of my home, you know, I'm thinking about, is this going to be the last time that I step out? You know, and I see every woman I see, like every black woman I see, I'm like, are they good? Are they safe? Or is this going to be their last day? You know, it's sad to think like that, but it's like I can't help but, you know, think about that scenario. That, you know, we're targeted, and it's like you walking with a target on your back, and that's not a safe feeling at all. So I mean, that's the thing I got from the videos and from what I've seen prior to, you know, what Chocolate showed. Um, I see it in the news. You know, young black woman killed by her boyfriend or husband or ex-boyfriend, or, you know, or someone that she thought was a friend. You know, it's like, who do you trust? You know, how do you know this person isn't out to get you? It's it sounds paranoid, but it's like now you have to be safe. You know, not only you have to protect yourself and look out for self and be careful, because you just don't know. So that's my take on it.
That's that's much wisdom. Um,
Thank you so
yeah,
much for
that's right.
that,
What you're
Cleo.
saying.
Thank you so much for that, Vaughn.
It's another
Um,
thing too.
yeah, I'm
It's
sensitive
like a
about this
church.
subject.
It's
I
like
ain't
right
even
up the
gonna
street
front.
from here. It's a mega
I
church.
have a
A lot of people in the church, but yet none of them knock on one of these doors around here. Now they are 510c3. They get tax dollars. They believe since they pass out food, that's all they need to do. Which our tax dollars paid for the food that they passing out. Knock on some of these doors. See what these single mothers want. See what these single mothers need. You got plenty of deacons in the church. Y'all preach about it. Y'all say all these things that's going on in the neighborhood, but yet y'all don't come.
hey, oh, hip hop parade. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Um, I was just talking.
Okay.
Um, I was just
Oh, I
talking about.
apologize. Go ahead, because I was gone. Go ahead.
Okay. I was talking about churches. There's a beggar church here in my neighborhood. None of them, nobody knocks on doors. Knock on doors to see what a single mother wants, what a single mother needs, what a single dad needs. Knock on these neighborhoods because these neighborhoods right here, the tax dollars go to them. They are 510c3, they don't pay taxes. And plus they get grants, which is our money that when we pay taxes, they get. So knock on people's doors. Get to know the neighborhood. See who needs to be protected. See who needs some type of assistance. Preach. You talk about the neighborhood, then you go home. Go in the neighborhood. Jesus Christ walked around many neighborhoods. He walked all around. He just didn't sit around his people and protect his people. They just didn't protect themselves. I see deacons walking women to the car. They could go to neighborhoods and walk a woman home. Same way. And I think that should be also implemented. If your church is in a neighborhood, help out the neighborhood. Don't just help out the people that goes to the church. Help out the people around the neighborhood where your church sits. And that goes for all religion, not just Christian religions, all religion.
They trying to stop me, y'all. They trying to stop me
They
from
try.
telling the truth. No, I'm just playing. Hey, again, what you're saying is completely true, and you're absolutely correct. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm ordained. I am an ordained minister, child. I can marry, I can do funerals, I can do all that stuff. And a friend of mine said, "Oh, you should, maybe you should have a church." And I said, "Nah, no." I said, "Not in the sense of the traditional black church. It couldn't be, because one, we are still negating and pretending as though these things are not going on. And to your point, yes, I am. I can honestly say that one of my relatives was a part of the Black Panthers. I'm proud to say that, because we wouldn't have WIC.
Right.
We wouldn't have a lot of the like child care programs, because they stole a lot of the ideas and then pretended like it was the government, and it's not. It's never the government. It's always been the community.
Yeah.
Um, and I want to be that community. That's why I'm on here, not just to talk shit. I'm here to share awareness and grow with my community, because we don't have any leaders. Let's be real. Like, where are they? We have, and when I say leaders, I'm not talking about, oh, we need a one person. No. Where are our leaders? Meaning, where are our men and women outside of government that are standing up for our communities? Now, we know we have them on the ground. We know we have them in our particular neighborhood. Now it's time for us to connect like Voltron. You feel me? And if anybody know about Voltron, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's pretty much show. Yeah,
Yes, I was always into that type of teamwork type show. I always love those. Let me give a shout out to people who done popped in. I want to say thank you and appreciative of you. Lady Royal, thank you for coming in. Big Dog Philly, thank you always. Mad love and respect. Are you amused? Came in. Thank you for coming by. And like I said, I know it's a little heavy right now, but it's necessary to talk about. It's not going to be like that all night. But however, it's necessary for us to have these conversations. Now, please understand though, I'm not up here saying that there's no domestic violence against men, that it can't be weaponized against men. All of those things are true. However, the number one issue right now is women and little girls are unprotected. Women and little boys are unprotected. And I hear a lot in this space that we care so much about the kids. Well, what the fuck are y'all gonna do? You want us to step back and let you lead? And I'm speaking to the gentleman who always say that, right? You need to let us lead you down the street.
right.
Are you leading me to my car, sir? Are you leading me to another place in the house? What is going on? And it is not to say that black men aren't doing anything, but it's not enough. We can't keep pretending like it's enough.
Do you feel? Do you feel a lot of it? This is on black and women's side, but since we're talking about the woman,
Yeah.
do you feel that we allowing the system to divide us?
Yep. Yep. I've always thought that. Even as a young girl, I thought that. Because I didn't understand how, if we have the freedom to build outside of the government, why don't we do it? This isn't the 60s anymore. This is 2023, but we still dealing with the same issues that we were in the 60s. It's like, what did it matter that civil rights happened if it's okay for the police to shoot us? It's okay for our girls and boys to go missing. It's okay for us to have such a high rate of men and women in prison, men and women on drugs. It's okay that our veterans, men and women both, are homeless. It's like we've negated it all. Like it's like somebody just threw their hands up and said, fuck it. And
Do,
that's what I've watched in the last 40 years of my life.
do you feel? Let's look at a little history.
Yeah,
When a woman, a black woman, would have to walk in the middle of the street because she couldn't walk on the sidewalk. Let's be clear. She got
that's
beat by
it.
by the white man, the white woman, and then the black man
Mm-hmm.
a lot
Yep.
of times.
Yeah.
And then she had to walk in the middle of the street because she was afraid not to just to get beat, but raped. So
Exactly.
back in history, the black woman went through a lot. Let's be honest. They went through because you could be down south and have a family, then the man will go up north because it wasn't no work, go up north, get a job, and end up having another family up there and
A
leave the
whole
woman
new
down
right,
south.
because it's not as easy back then
It wasn't
to
easy.
get back down. You know what I mean? He might be sending money, but he gonna get lonely. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I got you on that.
Then it's you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I was letting you
Okay.
finish your thought.
And
Go
then
ahead.
and then, you know, a black woman went through a lot because she actually had to wait for the man most of the time back in the
That's
day.
right.
She it was
Mm-hmm.
if white women didn't have rights, you could just imagine ain't nothing coming to the black woman. So
Come on.
they
Come on.
they they went through a lot. They had to put up with a lot. That's we have to be honest with that, and let's keep it and not taking anything away from the black man because the black
Right,
man went
exactly.
through a lot too. But since we talking
Mm-hmm.
about the black woman, we talk about the black woman. So
That's it.
she
Right. No
she went through
blaming. We're not pointing fingers.
right,
I do agree back to what you said. I think we have allowed the government to do it. I think we
right,
have allowed the powers to be. I think we have allowed the corporations and
right,
everybody that's got a hand in making money off our misery. That is what they have continued to do because they don't think we're going to do anything, Vaughn. They
exactly,
are not watching us. Like how, we got the conspiracy theorists saying, well, blah, blah, blah. But I'm fine. And like you brought in, yes, from the past to now,
right,
the black woman has to deal with, right, like you said, not only the white man, the white woman, the white children,
yeah,
and then you got to deal with your man and
and
the family and
yeah,
your kids,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So, and everybody is looking at you or want to say stuff like, "You so strong.
right,
You're such a strong black lady." And I'm
mhm,
gonna tell you something. I've heard that all my life. From the time I wasn't even a woman yet. I was a girl. I was a girl in a woman's body. And I have heard that oh, you're so strong. Oh, you so this. I've been through a lot in my life. I will
right,
not front. Have I been in abusive relationships? Yes. And what I was gonna say to Simon, and if you're still out there, I understand. I can empathize with you on the side of, hey, I don't think I'm an abuser, so why would you say this?
mhm,
However, let's go to the other side of it and go, why is that the case? And is it verbal abuse?
right,
Is it mental abuse?
right,
It can be all those things. And if your communication is already broken down within your relationship, you're
mhm,
not going to get the answers you want. You're not going to get the answers of, well, what exactly did I did do? Because it's always a multitude of things. It's never one thing, right? It's always the one thing that'll push you over the edge, but it's never one thing. It is all of those encompassing, and it all stems back to, how do you feel about yourself? How do you look at yourself in a relationship? And are you marriage material? Like, we put so many stipulations, and it's so transactional. That's why it does not I do not feel excited when somebody talk about, "Ooh, get married, girl." Yeah, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I think a lot of us paid more attention to the fantasy and not
Yeah.
enough attention
Thank
to what
you.
reality what it is.
Yes.
And the fantasy controls your mind and clouds your judgment. This is the reason why we pick the people that is not equally yoked with us.
Right.
We need to take the time and communicate, ask
Right.
questions, know who you're
Yes.
dealing with.
Come on,
If
speak it,
if the
sir.
person don't if the person is not equally yoked with, leave them leave them alone when it comes to
Hello.
intimacy.
Right.
They could be a friend,
Yeah.
chill out with you. Matter of fact, they can even help you when you try to get into another relationship. They can even tell you, you know what,
Don't they?
I wouldn't do
Yeah.
that. I should this person
Right.
like this. Still be a friend. If they don't want to, don't get mad. Why?
Right.
They can teach you. They can help you. But
That's
don't
only
try
if you're
to force.
willing. You
Right.
got to be willing to
Got
learn from
right.
someone.
Exactly. And don't
We
force it. Don't force
right.
a
Come on.
relationship. Don't because when you force it, you will hurt yourself in the long run.
Of course.
If it's not there, and then if you decide to be with someone, don't
Hmm.
try to change them. Remember, you came within their laws.
Right.
Whatever they laws they had, you accepted it when you got with them. If you
Exactly.
if you didn't like it, if you didn't like because she had tight pants or she was wearing these dirty clothes,
Right.
you shouldn't have never been with her.
Come
Because
on.
the first thing she's gonna say, you met me like this.
It's just
You
like
was
makeup. It's
yeah,
just like clothes. It's just like all the stuff
yeah.
that men complain. Some men complain. And to me, I feel like this is my theory, Von Eric, and you could tell me if I'm tripping.
Mhm,
My theory is this: I think men like this, they make up a list of unattainable things they don't even do.
mhm,
Okay. So that you fail, so
mhm.
they can justify why they saying the things about you that they are. That's my
Yes,
theory.
yes, it's something that's like that.
Mhm. And I, unfortunately, I've dated a few of these
Yeah.
men,
Right. Right.
right? I've had a taste of that buffet, and it's not like I said. If I dated women, I probably get the same. I'd probably have the same talking points because they have high domestic violence as well. It
Yes.
doesn't matter. You know what I mean? People together, no matter what the relationship is, when you take it and go, let's strip the body parts away. Let's strip human away. Let's just deal strictly with the traits that are coming to the table. If you are insecure, if you are jealous, if you are overbearing, possessive, these are those red flags that we don't talk about. And
Mhm,
so I know it's going to sound like maybe oxymoron, but I believe in love. I believe that you can have that ever going emotion for another human being. I have that, right? I have those type of relationships in my life that I know mutual respect. I know peace. I know I can lean on if I have to. And it was funny. Von Eric, were you up last night? Did you see that show? Do you know I was I went into the Lions Den last night.
no, which one? Which show?
Um, oh God, what is his name? Okay, so let me tell you shit. What is that man's name? Okay, so Angry Man was on there. This other man named Trucker. They turned it into a day. Let me find it. No, 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 no. You ain't gonna believe it until you see it.
Where?
So let me find this for you.
No.
And this is why I say, now don't get me wrong, I'm lightening it up as we go along because there are parts of a relationship that are fantastic. You
Right.
know, when you first meet somebody, right? When you dating the butterflies, you're excited. When you see them, you're like, ooh, Lord. You know, that want and desire, the lust, the all of those encompassing things are wonderful. However, if you scrape that layer away, it's very thin, right? That top layer is pretty thin. And when you start to pull that back, that's when you start to see the creatures and the critters, child.
Right.
That's all I'm gonna say. And that
And I
goes for
think,
both sides.
and
Go
think,
ahead.
and I think that we have to take more time in communicating with one another. You really have to know who are you dealing with. I know the lustful spirit gets out, may be there, and this and that, and I know certain things. Some people just want to be held, want to be loved. I get that. I understand that. But you also want to know about your peace, about your health. That matters too. You must love yourself. Once you get that down, once you love yourself, you make sure when you speak to that person that that's trying to get with you, or you trying know where you come from. How was he raised? Did you talk to his father?
Exactly.
Did you talk
Hmm.
to his father? What about his kids? All these things help you make a decision to show if you are compatible to this man or to this woman. Take the time out. Don't be rushing into things. Because once you rush into it, don't blame him or blame her. Or when you do, blame yourself also. Because you did things that suffer these consequences of what you're going through. Because you didn't slow down and take the time to know this person. We got to remember when you first meet each other, it's like going on an interview. You're going to say all the right things, but you ask questions, and then in a couple of days, ask the same question and see if you get the same response. If you don't, then that's a flag. Oh, wait, hold up.
Right? Because if you know what you want, you're not so quick to you're not so quick to ignore the things that shouldn't be there. I'm gonna give you a story, Von Eric. I was in a relationship with a man who decided he wanted to marry me, right? And I asked him one day, I said, "Do you really think we should get married?" I said, "You don't like the things I do. You don't like the people I hang around. You got complaints about a lot of the stuff I do. So why would you want to marry somebody like this?" Oh, I pissed him all the way off. I don't know how. I don't know why. However, um, I told him, yeah, the sex might be good, but that's not enough to keep a marriage, a commitment that long in life. That's not. I mean, it's fun. Don't get me wrong, but you need more than that. What about the emotional connection within us and the fact that we have differences? Now, get this. Now, this was a conversation I had months prior to the next part.
Uh-huh.
It's Valentine's Day, and we are talking, and I had got him some stuff the night before, so I should have known something was about to go down because the night before, I met his mother. He was staying with his mom
Uh-huh.
because she had a stroke, and so she told me he's not a caregiver. I'm gonna tell you that now.
Oh, wow.
And I kind of looked at her like, oh, okay, I hear you, mom. Right? Because what made me want to even deal with him is because he said he was getting custody of his niece and nephew, which was a lie.
Oh,
It was a
wow.
straight up lie. Um, Anywho, so Valentine's Day, we sitting there. I wake up. He got tears in his eyes, right? And I'm like, okay, oh shit, what's wrong? Because this was a man who was very, very outwardly emotional, meaning he would do things, he would act out like a kid, that things we tell children not to do. But when we get older, men and women do this, right? We see it all the time.
Uh-huh.
So he sets it up where I'm like, what are you crying about? And he was like, I was going through your phone. I said, hold on, pause. Say who?
Oh, wow.
He's like, I was going through your phone and I saw this man had given you $500. And I was like, did you look how old that text was? I That was a long time ago. Like going on over a year, right? Prior to this. And I'm like, but it was for my family. It's for me to pay rent. It's for me to feed them because this time I was fully taking care of my mom, my sister, and my brother, paying rent, paying bills. I was the protector and provider of my little tribe, right? And he knew this. He knew this. He knew this about me. I worked 14-hour shifts. He knew this. Then I said, well, what do you want me to do? I don't know what you want me to do. Give him the money back? Like, what do you want to do?
Right.
And then I said, what are you looking for? And see, I had no idea he was going to propose to me on Valentine's Day, but I would never think that you would have to go through somebody's phone if you're going to propose to them.
Right.
You've been with me all this time and you've never gone through my phone before that. Wouldn't that be something you would do?
Right.
So we have this conversation. He go through his emotions. I'm like, hey, it's I don't know how you want me to do, what you want me to do. All I can tell you is one, don't go through my phone. And two, if you have an issue, talk to me. But you know damn well I was broke and I'm still broke and I'm just working every day. Like, I don't know
Right.
what you want me to do. So the day progressed. He's like, come with me. It's snowing. We drive up to the church.
Uh-huh.
This man takes me in front of the pastor and proposes to me.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow is right. Oh, wow is right. Talk about putting someone in a position of like, I was just like, yes. Like,
Oh.
that's exactly how it was. I was like, and he had the nerve to bring up that another man gave me some money
In the church? At the
in
church?
the church.
At the proposal time? When you proposed?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah. 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 He wanted no. Let me take that back. Was that prior or after? I don't remember, but I don't know if it was same day, but it was close. And I just told him one day, bruh, we don't need to be together. Like that,
Yeah,
this is
that
like we need to stop. This is a man that threw himself out of his car because he did not want me to go home.
he wait a minute. He what? He threw us out?
Fired. He threw himself. It was parked. So he was a diabetic. Now my mom had diabetes. So I know I had been well privied, right? So he goes, I'm telling him, look, I don't know what you want from me. You don't like that I smoke. You don't like that I drink. You swear up and down you this holy roller, but you're not. Because you and I are having premarital relations. I said, and from what you told me prior to, you hadn't been married to nobody and you was living with a woman when I met you in a
Oh,
different state when I met you. You told me that y'all wasn't doing anything together. He was sleeping on the couch. Bruh, okay. All right.
oh wow.
So, long story short, he threatened to run himself into a wall because I was spending the night at my sister's house and I wouldn't take his calls.
Was he a narcissist?
Yes, heavy narcissist. Before that was even a popular
Right,
terminology.
right.
Yes, he was. I had let's see what I realized was that I kept dating my father.
Your father
I
was a narcissist?
My father was all anything that you can think of
Uh-huh.
that a man shouldn't do,
Uh-huh.
that's what my dad did. And
Oh.
I'll leave it there. And he was
Oh
a
yes,
pastor.
yeah, that's right. I heard you say that. Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
and he was a
on soap
pastor, by the way.
opera. Yeah, I remember saying that on soap opera.
Mm,
So so you kept running into your dad
mhm.
and so
And I go ahead.
after all of that that you went through
Mhm.
and I'm sure you learned
Oh yeah.
how do you go about it now so when say a guy come up to you do you ask him certain questions? What do you look for in his mannerism? How does he
Mhm.
move? The sound? What
Mhm.
do you do now?
Um, I do all of that. And
Okay.
I'm glad that you brought all of those into play because I'm listening to you. I'm watching you. I'm watching your eyes because I believe in looking you in the eyes.
Okay.
I want to see you. I want you to see me.
Okay.
And if you looking past me,
Mhm.
ain't nothing we can talk about. Because there's a difference.
Right.
If it's all about sex, if not, then like I said, I'm a grown up. If that's something I deem I want to do and I choose to do that with you,
Mhm.
then that's on me.
Right.
But the majority of the time, I have a lot of men coming up with all these things they're gonna do for me because I'm such a wonderful woman.
Uh huh.
And I say this, I say, look, I have standards and expectations in
Right.
any relationship. And if you do not want to apply yourself, then that's okay. If I feel it's a waste of time, I'm gonna tell you up front.
Do
I
you?
have Go ahead.
You said you have standards, so that means you have a foundation that you have the
Hmm.
principles that you do not waver. So
Right.
anything, so do you wait and see if your foundation is equally yoked with the man foundation, and
Hmm.
off of that, you'll waver when it comes to building off of the foundations, but the
Hmm.
foundation you're not moving away from. So,
No.
so
Yeah.
you
No.
do you, but
Go
do
ahead.
you, but do you wait and see if the foundation and the God foundation that you're seeing be
Hmm.
together as one, or do you sacrifice some of your foundations to come together with his foundation? What do you do?
Well, it's a little bit of both. Because if I'm willing to bring you into my world and you willing to bring me into yours, there is going to be some sacrifice.
Okay.
Um, I take, for instance, what I do now um, is I just lay out what I am planning to do, over the next, 6 months,
Okay.
right?
Uh,
I'm right here at the precipice of finish paying off my property, buying an RV, and starting to break ground and build my home.
okay.
Um, and it's a great segue because I said this, right? And I was told that a man ain't gonna move into your house. Child, okay.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Uh,
So a man ain't gonna move into a house I've built, but I can move into a house that he's
he
built.
built. Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
That don't jive.
That sound like someone who's full of pride and
Yes,
not
yes,
not
yes.
willing to let go of the
Mm-hmm.
pride. So
Right.
remember he said, "Let us make man." It was male
Yes.
and female.
Right.
The female wasn't made in the back, or she wasn't made in the front. She was made side by side.
Side by you, sir, side by side. And I'm spirit, and don't get me wrong, we're strictly speaking to, and I say this in all fairness, I'm a
Uh,
heterosexual woman.
uh,
I date men. I've
right,
never dated a woman. I've never had a long term relationship with a woman. So I don't know what that's like to be with someone who's in the same lane as me, so to speak.
right,
Um, but what I have learned is it doesn't matter. It really doesn't, because the same things I'm saying, I've heard other women say, yeah, she a womanizer. She might
right,
have not have that, but she's got these characteristics. And so for me, I ask that up front. I don't even waste time anymore. I go, hey, yeah, you want to exchange numbers? I'm about to run you down what
right.
I'm doing out the gate.
But you
And you go ahead.
but- okay, because this I'm speaking from a man's point of view that may look at it a certain
Yeah,
way.
please. This is great. Yes,
Okay,
go ahead.
so since you building a home, right, and we just said as far as man moving in, what would you say to the man to make to secure him in his thoughts, because he believes since you built it, you gonna treat him a certain way, like this is my house,
Right,
you gonna
right,
do what
right.
I tell you to do.
Yeah,
I don't gotta
exactly.
listen to you. I built this house.
Right.
So, what would you say to him to make him feel secure within his manhood that he would not have to worry about that?
Um, I guess because I really am a person that strives to be open and fair, right? So I would want to know out the gate and see. I guess for me, I wouldn't go any further if when I told you initially that I'm building my own house with
Uh-huh.
my hands,
Right.
that what's going to be your reaction, right?
Okay.
That's my first thought. Like, okay, let me hear what you're going to say.
Uh-huh.
Secondly, if it's an issue of his pride or manhood being an attack,
Uh-huh.
the only thing I can say is this: we're going to have to try it out. If you feel that you're uncomfortable, you're not beholding to anything.
Uh-huh.
It actually, to me, would seem like a safer gig, right? Because if you need to go, I'm not going to stop you. And it's not because I don't care or I don't love you. My thing is, why would I force a person to stay if they're feeling uncomfortable? And I would tell him, if that was something he was concerned about me saying to him in an argument,
Uh-huh.
I'd say it up front. Look, I no. If we arguing, it's over something important. I don't like arguing over stupid stuff. And I would give him the ability to go ahead and hash it out, say what he need to say, and I let him know, look, if I didn't care or didn't want you, I wouldn't share one of the most precious accomplishments I have made in my life.
Uh-huh.
Like, this isn't, I'm at a place now that ain't gonna be no flight, no fly by night type thing. It's gonna we be dating for a minute before we get to that place.
Right. I got
But I also want to add another side to that, though. It is going to have to be up to him, though, to believe me or not. That I
right.
can't control.
Right.
And a lot of times men will say they believe you, but I believe a lot of times they don't. I believe they wait and see just like we do.
But
And
that's the thing. I think it's both sides because
right,
sometimes
right,
some people say things, but their action is different.
right.
See, I look for not just your words, as Christ said, but my actions. He said,
Action.
if you don't look,
Exactly.
you just don't believe my word. Look at my look at my
Right.
actions. What I did. So, if the woman's action or man's action do not match up with the words that they speak, then
Hmm.
I take a back. I'm like,
Right.
oh wait a minute.
Isn't that what we were taught? And that's what's wild to me is that Black people don't want to give it up, but we know that our principles and foundations are based off of Christianity.
Right,
They're not based off of anything that was prior to that,
right,
because that was the first thing that we were allowed. And I say this in all sincerity, we
right,
were allowed to do.
right,
And then even that was shady because they took out pieces
right,
so that we wouldn't uprise. But the truth be told is there was uprisings all the time.
right,
There were groups and groups of Black folks fighting to free themselves for years.
right,
It wasn't just one this and one that.
right.
I think that, again, just like they're trying to do now with history, they're trying to flip it. I
Exactly.
don't believe that it was this copacetic, all these Black people was okay with being slaves. You're not gonna keep telling me that. Like, that makes no sense to me when every day we know prisoners try to escape all the time. So you telling me that they was on fields and y'all was on horses and Black folks wasn't getting away? Come on, man. Stop
Well,
it.
if you look at because it's in some history. But if you look at because most of the slaves went through the islands, Haiti, Brazil,
Right.
and some of the
Right.
islands. When they
They,
got there, especially in
hmm
Brazil, they got a big thing. They went up in the woods and opened their own community.
That's right.
They was free. They don't
Yeah.
talk about it in the history books, but they was free. They had
And we
three
should.
different. They had like 6 or 7 different.
There's
That's
no
just in
other
Brazil.
way. Right.
Yeah,
How did all these Black folks continue
yeah,
to produce and reproduce?
yeah.
Now,
They did it in
what's
Haiti too.
interesting is right, Haiti, all of the islands, North South America,
Yeah.
because what we know now of Mexicans and what
Hmm.
we call them, they are have huge African influence.
Yeah.
All parts of the world does.
Yeah.
If you look at a real map of the world, you can see the pieces that broke off.
Yeah.
So stop playing with my face. But let me get back to the humorous part of it. So while we were talking, I looked it up because I want to make sure I was still up. I wasn't tired yet. So I was just looking to see who out here. And I found a title and it said, "Can she be a good woman without being good for a man?" And this is the Toxic Avengers. I don't know if you've ever been on that
Nah,
panel,
nah.
but I'm gonna bring them up. Fair use, fair use, fair use. Please don't ding me, but if you do, I don't care. So let me. I was on here, so so let me bring this up. Cleo, you still with us, sis?
Yep. Yep, I'm still with y'all.
All
I'm
right,
just
cool.
listening.
If you got anything you want to say, jump in. All right, I'm gonna pull this up for us. All right, can you guys see it? Okay.
No, I don't see it. We don't see it yet. Oh, we see it now.
I mean, hold on. I'm sorry.
Like posting pictures of my little clothes and gear and stuff. The little young dudes be on the Instagram telling me that I'm trying to dress like them. Let me.
All right, guys. I'm gonna mute up so it doesn't double, but I'm gonna kind of bump around. So let me lay the ground for you, Von Eric. Okay, so I came up because of the title. Can she be a good woman, but she's not good for a man? And I said, sometimes I feel as though I fit into this category because I guess I'll use the term everybody using. I said modern men, so to speak. I don't fit this category. I'm not fit, feminine, and friendly. And I was being funny, but they gonna ride it. So I want you just to hear how the questioning starts out, and then I'm gonna fast forward it for you, and see how this all ends. Okay.
Right.
So let me see here. Let me go here. This was wild. So I'm basically doing a reaction video to myself.
Okay.
Now, these are all the men that's up here. This is what's going on. Let me unmute.
When it comes to social services, if you go to social services and they tell you, well, nah, you can't get this program, or if you go down there and they say, oh, well, we don't have any funding for Section 8. I know chicks that will move to a whole other damn county just to get Section 8. So y'all don't do that with no other arena. The only arena that y'all are willing to quit in is when it comes to dealing with black men.
Lies. I call lies. I was like, what? Okay, let me shut up. Hold on. It's off the gate crazy. Hold on. I have to push back on that. But I think the young lady wanted to speak, but I'll keep it brief. I don't I don't look at it that way. Why I left because he didn't want me anymore. So why would I stay? We
Okay.
talked about it. That relationship was that I became unhealthy. Just to give y'all the context, I became
Okay.
sick. He didn't want to deal with a person who was sick. He had grown up taking care of his mom. She was sick. And so he didn't want that. So he decided that, hey, I can't do this because you're not working anymore and you're home all the time and so on and so forth. So I had to make a decision. If I'm making you unhappy, I'm gonna go. I've already said what I could say. I can't make my health no better. If this is bothering you, I'm out. And I don't
Okay, but
see where that's
but he's
running.
Wait.
I
but
see
that
that
dude but that dude is gone. That dude is
right.
gone, right? It's
That's
over.
it. Yep.
That's over. So
Yep.
here's the thing. That dude is gone.
Mm-hmm.
What about the next man?
Well, I stopped dating. I've been out the game for a minute.
Exactly. So
But
you
No,
that's
no, no, no,
quit.
no, no, no,
because
no, 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 no,
So
no,
you
no,
quit.
no, 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 no. Don't move forward yet. Don't move forward yet. See, this is what I'm saying, right? Look, she
oh
just
boy.
said, right? She talked about the relationship.
I done made this an
She
intervention.
said, I was with this guy.
That's the dude. I guess his name is Israel. He's the host. His name is Israel Mills. Are you familiar with him, Vaughn?
No, I never. Nope.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, these are all new people. I've never met anybody on here except Angry Man. I've had a conversation with him, and I think I've had a conversation with him. But okay. So you hear? I'm gonna play it a little bit more, and then I'm gonna fast forward.
What
Go
happened?
ahead, Shorty.
Look
I
at
ain't
what happened.
anything.
This is important.
I just
Look at
want
what
to ask
happened.
for it.
I was with
I'm
this
learning.
guy. I was in a relationship, and then I got sick, right? And he didn't want me no more. So 2 things happened there. The guy's being vilified. The woman is being a victim. Which
But
one
that's
of
what
your
happened.
relationships? Which one of your relationships ended because you fucked up?
None of them.
Exactly. Case closed.
Hey,
Case
look,
closed.
look. All
Y'all
black
don't
women.
like that podcast is good at this shit, but
Why
podcast
is
is good
it
at
that
this
it
No, but
can't
no,
be?
that's
Go
still
ahead
not
and
I
speak
don't
fair.
in
need to
third person
lie and
again
make
for us,
it
Beans.
something that it's not. Like it's
The
funny to
reason
me.
the reason why
Like
chocolate
it's
the reason why is
crazy.
because out of all the hours of conversations here on YouTube and
Yeah.
all the numerous women, there have never been a
Mhm.
woman that admitted that they were the one that fucked up the relationship.
Well,
That's
first of all
Hey, hold
all
on.
black
Shout
women
out
are
to
good
sis,
women.
real quick. Shout out
No,
to sis
I
Yvette
was.
Marie. What's going on, Yvette Marie? How you doing, sis?
I'm just
Hold on.
saying, all
I'm gonna
black
tell
women
you
are good
this.
women. I
The
date
first,
black women. All black women are good women. All black
no,
women love rules, but
stop,
they're the
stop,
exception to the
stop.
rule. So they all
No, don't
exceptional.
play.
All
Don't
black
play like
women,
this.
all black women practice Kegels. All black women were
I
great.
do. I practice. You
I know you
should.
do. I know you do. I got you. Now, all black women, you know what I'm saying, are perfect mates
Oh,
for the
come on.
right
Now you
man.
bullshitting.
Oh my
Now
God,
you bullshitting.
Hey, look, bro, I'm
You
just telling you.
bruh.
bullshitting. You
Look,
are not on our side. Go
I'm on
on.
y'all side. Look, y'all say y'all want to sapiosexual until you
Condescending.
realize you read past the 6th grade level, then all of a sudden you don't like them no more. You want to plug until you find
What
out
Did he
are
you
you
read
can't
past?
talking
Did he
control
read
yourself
past
about?
the
and call the
6th grade
police on
level?
them, be no one no
Oh,
more.
wait a minute.
Look,
Is
I'm
it is
with you.
every man? Hold on, no, wait. I got a panel for the men. I got a question for the panel. I mean,
You
do
got a
is
panel for
it
the men.
fair? Yes, you heard what I said. Is
You got
it
for the
just
men.
like I hear women say this, and I don't agree? All men are not the same. All men aren't dogs. All men ain't this and that and da 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 da. I've heard that. I grew up in it. But I know that's not true. My grandfather was an outstanding man. He was a man that stood 10 toes down with 10 kids, worked 2 jobs, and his wife never had to want for anything.
Oh, he was
My
a
grandmother
slave. All right, shout out
chose
to slavery.
That's that
right.
10-10-10.
That
That's
right.
better than six
That's
six
that
six.
old shit.
That's
Right.
that
So it's like
10-10-10, nigga.
And
I
they stayed together because he
know.
was never at home. So that's why they made it.
Oh
Because
no,
he
but
had,
see, here's the thing. He made it so his schedule was home so he could be with his wife and his kids.
that's
This
all
man
bullshit.
did all kinds of, and he did it with his grandkids too. Like when I was in college, he was trying to buy me a car. He was looking out for me. He was like, you shouldn't be by yourself. All the male advice that I have gotten from my dad and my grandfather has helped me navigate through this world because again, men see you 2 ways. They see you as a lady and they see you as a hoe. And you have to decide who you're going to be in the eyes of men if that's who you're trying
Okay,
to attract.
here's a problem with your scenario. Here's a problem with your scenario.
It's not, it's real life.
No,
That's
no,
that
your
happens.
scenario is real life. And I have an older sister. And I listened to the advice my parents gave my sister. And then when my turn came 10 years later and I was a teenager, I listened to the advice they told me. So they told my sister, make sure you got cafe in your pocket.
Okay.
Oh man, that was
Right, brutal. Brutal.
well. First, I think the first guy, he just actually just went past what you said about your
Oh,
relationship. He just went
yeah.
straight past it to go and say this.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't know. He didn't even ask you any questions about it.
Nope.
He
Nope.
just straight up just go past. He at least could have said, "All right, can you tell me a relationship that it was your fault? I understand
Right.
the relationship that you just explained. Okay, no
Mm-hmm.
problem. Now tell me a relationship that it was your fault.
Right.
Then if you'd have responded a certain way, that's where he should have said,
Yeah.
see,
Like I
can
have no
you handle
problem.
it? Right. But
Mm-hmm.
he just automatically, if she say that that's what he did, that's what he did. I mean, you wasn't there.
But they use it now. You see
Right.
that what I'm going through right there, right? Okay. We're gonna fast forward. And I ain't gonna say a word. I ain't gonna say a word. I'm gonna just let you see this craziness and we gonna go from there. Oh, or let me see. This was long. They was
Don't
long
Yo,
give
all
it a
winded.
right.
shot. You wouldn't want to go
Hey,
down there because
you ain't missing nothing. You ain't missing nothing.
I know. duck and dodge it where you can, and everything isn't. You can be just as good in the good times, and you can be just as good in the bad times. Like you are dependable in that way, so you can navigate whatever the relationship is going to go through.
Okay. And for the record, audience, I'm just gonna listen. I'm not critiquing. I know y'all like people just jump on people, but I'm just
you
gonna
just
let her.
highlighted a hater, right?
I'm just gonna write. This is KGY. Yo, KGY. The contestants is gonna be up in a second. Don't worry about it. Go ahead. What's up, Savage? What's good? Nah. We need to know because Iso was over there.
So the brother came up.
I would have took you off the.
All that don't matter, do it?
That's the point.
Yeah,
that's the whole entire. Did you just get here? Did you just get here, bro? I think you just got
here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you missed the whole. I think you missed.
You
already covered it. That's what
Are you talking to somebody else, Chocolate? Because you muted. Are you talking to somebody else?
I apologize. I was talking to my sister. I just didn't want to hit the camera, the picture.
Oh no, okay, you good. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
No.
Leave the sister alone.
Yeah, leave her out of it.
Keep it in the family. That's what they saying.
Man, come on, dog.
You're not helping the show make money.
No, right? Come on, dog.
Help the show make money. Stand up.
Yes, by all means, please. Take everybody
Don't
else.
let these people objectify you, Chocolate. Don't let them objectify you.
You see how that started to turn?
Yeah, that's just it seemed like.
Oh, you gonna like it. Hold on, I got more for you, sir. Look, let's go.
Princess Cammy, hush. This don't got nothing to do.
I'm just listening, right? Princess Cammy, back the hell up. You ain't got nothing to do with this, baby. We got love for you. I'm just listening. I'm trying to.
Wait, hold on. Say like we got mad love for you, Princess Cammy, but this got absolutely nothing to do with you. Hush up.
Yeah, 100%. I'm trying to figure out which account she want me to make his deposit into.
Y'all give Slim some love too. Yeah, don't do that.
Hey, that's cool. But listen,
we love Princess Cammy. That's our little sister.
She actually had the audacity to say out loud, "Don't let them objectify you." And we live in a world with Sukiyama. Are you out of here?
Okay, but what does that have to do with her?
Woman, though,
okay, but why? What?
I forgot he said that.
I think this is entertainment. That's pretty.
It has to be, but no, he was serious. Like he was really. It was like something about me was bothering him. Like he just did not. Because I ain't going through all that craziness. Because he getting upset and talking about somebody caping, and it was just silly. It was silly. But these are grown men. Let's keep going.
But I can't control Sukiyama. We can only control ourselves.
And you can't control China.
But I wasn't standing up.
You know what? I'm sick of this nigga. I'm sick of.
You can be sick of me. Listen, y'all think I'm bullshit. Chocolate gonna fuck around and get a whole goddamn deposit for me. Y'all playing.
Hey, say like want that chocolate to drip all over him.
You goddamn right, all over my face and my mouth, over my body. Listen, y'all gotta stop playing. I told y'all.
He came up initially and said he had smoke for everybody who had smoke for me. Because he was like, you gonna stop picking on her. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, it's okay. And then it went left. I had no idea that this gentleman who I have not ever seen before in a minute. It's been a while. I've talked to him before, but I haven't. It's been a while since I've seen like what he looked like. And it just went left. I'll continue.
See, here's the thing. Everybody been always talking this shit.
Hold on, say like podcast.
What's up?
Tell you about putting your damn mouth everywhere. I don't know why your people ain't teach you about putting your mouth damn everywhere now.
See, here's the thing. See, you saying everywhere. See, the thing is, you can put it everywhere on one person. Your mouth ain't for everybody. See, that's what you got to understand, my man. See, in the good book, it tells you right there in the second passage of the book of cunnilingus that you can put your mouth anywhere on your woman that you choose. But if you can't be putting out here and putting your mouth on every other woman that walk the street, see, you got to understand, my man. I understand you read that word and you play the game of chess. But when it comes to chocolate, I'm just trying to see what's happening.
I don't know what's happening. I didn't know there was a book. I didn't know there was a book of cunnilingus. And
yes, sir. There's a book of cunnilingus. I got it.
Child, I was like, oh my God. And so the girl, the young girl, Cammy, shout out to her. Me and her was chatting, privately in the back. And she was like, what'd you do, Chocolate? And I was like, I didn't do anything. I just came up here to have a conversation. Like, I wasn't looking for a boyfriend. But they're going to change it. And here we go. These are the contestants. Him, the brother in the purple. There's a brother that the picture that's all black. His name is Trucker. And this gentleman right here that is staring into the camera. They were all deciding whether they was answering my questions to be my suitor. They gonna tell me I need to say who I picked. I was like, I'm not telling y'all nothing.
Oh wow.
I said I played along. I said that's about as much as it's gonna be. And then they're gonna get it's wild. I can't explain this. This is wild to me.
About man, I
Nigga, you
mean,
never
I'm
said
just a cool.
copacetic, nigga. You
I
not
don't know
that
what
damn
y'all talking
smooth.
about, man.
Hey, yo,
Huh?
get off my man
I mean,
six. My man six like that.
what do you mean? I mean, I'm just a regular average guy, man. I'm
Hey, no
you
doubt.
know.
Hey, yo,
I'm gonna tell
so
you
Beans,
right now.
hold on, real quick. Before we go forward, with the contestants, my man Six came in here and Beans just came on cam. So, Beans, what are 3 qualities that you would say make a woman a good woman, sir? And someone got feedback.
Nigga,